Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. On today's video, I'm actually doing an Etsy critique. Now, starting January, I announced that for the year 2020, I'm going to be giving away anywhere from 1 to 4 critiques every single month for the year 2020. So if you are interested in possibly being a lucky winner, make sure that you click on the link below to sign up today. Now, if this is your first time visiting my YouTube channel and you want to learn how to grow an impactful Etsy business, don't forget to subscribe today. Don't forget to show me some love by liking this video and leaving a comment below if you have any questions. So let's go ahead and get started. So normally what I do on a critique is that I take a particular listing and I kind of break it down. I talk about the title, the listing description, on-page SEO factors, off-page SEO factors. I talk about the curation of the shop, branding, and much more. And I break it down into sections. That way it's a lot easier to kind of follow through. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is the first critique is Jewelry World GV. And the store has been open since 2017. So congrats for having a business at least and starting it, right? So you've been around for 2 years now. The listing that I picked to do an audit is on this one right here. No particular reason, just picked that one. And this is the listing right here. So the first thing I want to talk about is product photography. When you sell on an e-commerce platform like Etsy, product photography is very, very important because that's the first impression the customer gets. So the main photo should be your photographer, should be the one that makes people that are looking for your product or possibly just shopping want to click to learn more about this particular ring. You did a good job with adding additional photos, so good job on that. Some of the photos are out of focus a little bit. Like this one here is a little bit out of focus. So I will work on that, making sure that whenever you upload a photo, that your photos are not out of focus. I do like the background having the minimalist look. Sometimes less is better. Sometimes adding a little bit does help though. So just keep that in mind. I will add for this one, because it's a little blurry, I will make sure that your main photo has to be the best looking one. You want to make sure all of them are good looking ones, but the main one is what people see at first. So if it doesn't grab the person's attention because it's blurry, out of focus, most likely someone will not click on it. So just keep that in mind. What I would do is I will have a photo of someone wearing the ring. I will have a photo of your packaging. I don't know if this is your packaging. I will show how you put the ring in there, a picture with the actual ring inside the box. That would have been a better photo. And then what I would do is add some sort of call to action. So having a text image saying, click below to learn more about this beautiful ring. The reason why you want to focus on call to actions when you sell on an e-commerce platform is because you got to tell the reader or that potential buyer what to do next. So by you telling them, click below to learn more, a lot of people, it's their first time on Etsy. They probably don't know how to navigate Etsy. So by you telling them, hey, you could click below to learn more, that might potentially lead them to click. And if you increase your click-through rate and people spend more time on your store, you're actually engaging a customer now. And the more the customer engages with your brand, they start reading the listing description, they start browsing your other inventory, they start looking at your shop, it actually does increase the likelihood of them buying from you. The ultimate goal is that you want them not only to see your pictures, but you want them to click so they could go inside your actual Etsy store and potentially end up with a sale, right? So your photos do need a little bit of work. I wouldn't put as many just by itself. Like I said, I will have some with somebody wearing some, and that's going to help you to kind of differentiate between the photos. Now, for the title, keep in mind that Etsy did the changes that they don't want no more keyword stuffing. And this is considered keyword stuffing, which is when you put a whole bunch of keywords in the title. The reason why they don't want this is because for a buyer, when they're reading it, it confuses the buyer. It's so many keywords, it's not organic, It's not a sentence, so people will read it and get confused. So what you want to make sure that you do is that for the title, you want to keep it, you want to have your main keyword focus in the beginning of the title, but you also want to make sure that it flows naturally. And when someone is reading it, they understand exactly what they're getting. You do not want the title to be too long because it does get truncated in the search results, which ultimately the customer is not going to see every single keyword you have. So just keep that in mind. Now, one thing that I noticed is that for your listing description, you don't have anything really put in here besides that you're a UK seller. It's up to you to find the correct, which is fine. Unfortunately, I'm not able to offer refunds if the size is wrong. That's what you have, but you don't have anything up here that's engaging for the customer to want to buy from you. What you want to make sure that you do is that your listing description should include everything and anything the customer should know, but you should also have an engaging description. You should make it exciting. You should want to convince the person to buy from your store. Another thing you got to keep in mind is that for SEO purposes, you're not optimizing your listing for SEO. So you kind of have to do both. You have to write an engaging listing description describing exactly what you sell, what they're going to get, what are the benefits from buying from you, why should they buy from you, and then everything else that they should know about this particular listing. On top of that, you have to optimize the listing with SEO. So the keywords that you found, your 13 tags, you have to use them in your actual listing description organically in order for the search engine, right, to find your listings in the search results. So you're meeting two criteria. You're meeting the customer's criteria, which is you're writing an engaging listing description that describes everything they need to know. But then at the same time, you're incorporating the SEO keywords for SEO, right? Because you need to put those keywords in there. That way, when somebody types in any of those keywords in the search results or Google's search results, the algorithm takes notice that you have those keywords, and therefore your listings rank higher in the search results. Right now, that this is possibly one of the many reasons why you're not getting the sales that you want is because you're not optimizing for SEO correctly. So you do definitely need to change that up. Now, looking at your keywords, and I'm using eRank right now. I recommend if you don't use eRank that you currently sign up for it. It's free to use and it's a great tool that's going to help you do keyword research amongst other things as well. Now, looking at your keywords, you're using a lot of keywords here that have zero value. The reason why it's coming up as zero value is because these type of keywords or words combined together at the current moment, they're not being searched as much. Now, keep in mind that during wedding season or peak seasons, these numbers might change, right? Because more people are searching, so therefore the numbers change. This is what you have to pay attention to if you sell seasonal items, or if you sell items that are more like for your instance, you probably sell more between March and September. Those are my months because I sell wedding items. And after that, it kind of deads. So what you have to learn how to do is that for the months that you're slower, change up your keywords for like general keywords that people are searching for, maybe like just like a gift, right? Like a wedding gift or a ring as a gift, right? Not so much targeting, the word wedding, because right now in the off-peak seasons, not too many people are searching for those keywords. Also keep in mind that anytime you do a keyword research, if the value comes back zero, you do not want to use those keywords, because what that means is that the monthly average search is zero. No one's really searching for that at the given moment. So therefore, I do recommend you going back to your listings, doing a rank checker using eRank and seeing where your keyword status are at. And if you are using keywords that normally would do well in the peak season that don't do well on the off season, you will need to change those. And you will need to just look up keywords that describes what you sell, but stay away from keywords like wedding, because right now is off season for weddings. So it'll be back in March, which is only 3 months away. But as of now, if you want to incorporate more sales, you have to do these changes. And keep in mind, once you do the changes, then you will go back to your store and you will optimize your whole listing description with your keywords. And that's really, really important so you can rank higher in the search results. Now, one thing that I noticed about the overall of your store is that you don't have a logo and you don't have a picture of yourself. And this is really, really important. When you sell, like on Amazon, people could care less who they're buying from, because in Amazon, you're buying from Amazon, even though it's someone else that you're buying, like, right? Someone that sells. However, on Etsy, it's a little bit different. When people buy on Etsy, they know they're buying something custom made, something handmade, something different, and they do want to connect with the buyer. Having a photo, having a logo does create trustworthiness. It does help your brand grow. If you want to elevate your business to the next level, you definitely need to invest in getting a logo, and you need to invest in having a nice photo of yourself as well. This is really important because people buy for brands, from trusted people, right? From people that they could trust. If they don't know who's selling them this, most likely most people won't buy. Now, most people buy, they don't read anything. They don't look at the logo. They don't look at, profile picture. I understand that, but majority of people do actually. So you want to make sure that you run your business the correct way. Having a logo, having a profile picture will help you a lot with your branding purposes, at least. Now, another thing that I recommend that you do is update an About Me section. You don't have that either. The About Me section is just basically explaining your story, telling people how you got here on Etsy, why you're inspired to sell wedding rings or just in general rings, and how are they made. You could upload photos of yourself working on them. This is going to make your story more trustworthiness for people when they're buying from you and they're ready, because somebody might come in and find a ring and say, wow, this is beautiful, but not feel comfortable enough to purchase an order because you don't have any picture of yourself. You don't have a logo. You don't have a lot of stuff completed that Etsy wants you to complete. Another thing you have to do as well is that once you have done some keyword research, what I recommend is doing keyword research for everything that you have in your store. Think about different keywords that people will use to describe what you sell. And what you need to do is you need to use the bulk keyword tool on eRank. And what you need to do is find keywords that describes what you sell. And what you want to focus on is on keywords that have a high monthly search volume with a low competition. And you want to find anywhere from 20 to 25 keywords that describes what you sell. And you're going to use these keywords to optimize your whole entire store. So you're going to take the keywords and you're going to put them in your tag section. You're going to put them in your name section. You're going to put them in your shop announcement section right here. And you're going to put them in your About Me story once you have them here. And this is going to give you a boost of SEO. It's going to help you rank higher in the search results. But you definitely want to sit down, brainstorm what I sell, how are people searching for what I sell, making sure that you use keywords or phrases that describes exactly what you sell, or long tail keywords, and making sure that you are meeting your ideal target customer, and then doing the research on those keywords, seeing, okay, I want to say men's wedding ring. Does that have a high monthly search volume, low competition, and high engagement? And then kind of go from there. And if it does, then from there you start getting more ideas. Because when you use the keyword tool, when you put in that one keyword that you came up with, it actually pulls out 100 more keywords that are what other people are potentially using. So this is the keyword tool here. So that's going to help you come up with additional keywords. So just keep that in mind. That's a great way or a great tool to use when it comes to brainstorming different keywords that you could use for your actual store. But another thing that I would recommend is just branding. So making sure that if I saw this photo here and I saw this one here and I saw this one here and this one in the actual search results, would I remember your brand? So you want to make sure that all your photos have the same aesthetic. All your photos, when people look at them, they remember you as a brand. When you become a brand like Starbucks, right? You could charge premium prices. That's why Starbucks gets away with charging $7 for a cup of coffee after a couple of espresso shots. But when you go to a smaller chain or like the corner coffee shop, you wouldn't pay more than $3. It's because of branding. When you brand your company the correct way, that's when you're able to elevate your business to the next level and make, $100,000 every single month. But you need to brand yourself correctly. If you don't know how to brand yourself, there's a lot of videos. You could Google it. You could go to YouTube. There's tons of videos. There's companies that you could hire, and they would do everything for you. They would do your banner. They would do your logo. They would do your picture, like the way that your picture should look. And then you copy that style and duplicate it in every single listing. Ultimately, that's what you might have to do if you find it difficult for yourself to do it. So just keep that in mind. Other than that, I think the biggest takeaway for you is make sure your store looks completely filled out. Secondly, would be focus on SEO and choosing the right keywords that target your ideal customer. The next one would be optimize your store completely for SEO because you currently don't have it that way. And the fifth one would be to make sure that you start learning about branding. And when you brand yourself, you can elevate your business, like I said, to the next level. So thank you again for giving me a chance to kind of pick at your store. I really appreciate that you letting me give you some feedback. And thank you guys for watching.